Dude,
you're
gonna die. You're gonna lose in 22 minutes again if that happens.
You think?
What? Who is?
How are you gonna fight for the first like 10 minutes? You're gonna lose your lanes. Haven't you just been preaching about how winning your lanes wins games?
I think
if you pick a Lycan here, you do not win.
You can't
your lane.
lose in a like you just deny, and then eventually you have all these items, and you just go. You just run at 'em.
Yeah, the keyword being eventually.
But it could work.
We'll see what NIP do.
It definitely is a 33er because Peter definitely said something. He said something back, so they just skipped right over stocks. They're like, we don't care.
Yeah,
What you have to
it could
say.
be. I'm thinking it's like a Visage or a Lycan, maybe a Pugna, but I don't like Pugna at all.
If you mention enough heroes, I'm sure the right hero will be part of
all
that.
right, 3-3 will buy a Helm of the Dominator. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. What do you think, Grant?
Lone Druid?
I was thinking it through his heroes, right? Because he has pretty specific heroes,
Yeah.
and I was like, Broodmother's not bad. The problem is your 9th, not 10th pick. But they could still do it if they truly want the Solar Crest build's not bad. I kind of like the Lone Druid. It is very greedy though,
and it is the Sand King, as I said.
Yeah, less greedy.
I did say that.
You did, and it's a lot less greedy. I like it in the fact that Sand King and Enigma they're going to be like 3.5, where they both need farm. But they both need to be active on the map, I think, eventually. I like it. I'm glad they didn't go for some greedy.
I'm okay with it, but I am... Well, we'll see. Their team fight is very, very good now. You can have the max ice path from Peter, so it's easy setup stuns. And you have a ton... Like, it's so nice to play PL, where you can kind of capitalize on the chaos you create in fights because you have so much to follow up. You've got stuns from the Sand King. You've got Razor just going full.
And you know you're safe, right? Like, if a PL jumps out, you have an Ice Path, a Black Hole, a Sand King. Like, you're actually fine getting out. And I said, that's one of their most played. I'm not a big fan of this hero. I used to love this hero.
Me too.
But this is like the only team that makes it look good. And they are playing it, so you got more minus armor, which you love. They're squishy, though. They are very squishy.
It feels like this will just be about, the current meta is who's going to be ahead and have tempo.
In 10
that
minutes.
team's going to win.
Yeah. So let's think about it. Who is it?
I like NIP's lineup better, but I think Vici, if they get a couple of early kills in towers, they could theoretically just Medusa plants herself mid, farms jungle, farms mid, Weaver and Prophet play corners of the map, and their two supports just roam around. The team fight of NIP is excellent, but they need these core items. And it takes a while to get them online. Whereas Vici, your Weaver could just go treads 4 Wraith Bands and just run around the map with a bottle. And I just don't know if anyone from NIP can play this quickly. None of their cores, other than the 3-3 Sand King, are really capable of influencing the other lanes early on.
I think it is going to be tough, but I think an Enigma is like an Earthshaker where it's going to win you a lane. Like, you just automatically get a lane pulled back in your favor, which is always nice. I like the Jakiro just because you have a support that actually is good late game, right? You have a gold per minute talent. Ice Path is never bad. Macro Pyre finally got, it got buffed a long time ago, but it's actually an ultimate. I really like the Vici Gaming Weaver, though. I will say, I think this Phantom Lancer is going to pop off, and you know what? I'll say Ace will solo carry this game.
And I'll say that he might have got the first game, but Vici's going to win this game.
Okay, well, it should be an exciting game regardless, I think. No? Yes. Yes.
I would say no to Kyle, yes to you.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, and the winner of this game will be guaranteed top 6 here at the MDL Disneyland Paris Major, so that will be an exciting result regardless. And of course, it's time to hear from the commentary team of ODPixel and Fog.
Vici Gaming, NIP, Game 3. I'm ODPixel, this is Fogged, and we're ready to get stuck into this one. What do we reckon then? The panel seem to say whoever's going to start taking this at the start, it's going to be hard to swing the game around. Tempo's the name of the game. Would you agree?
I think tempo's the name of the game most of the time when you're playing versus a team like Vici, right? That's the way that they've been playing. They like to win games within that well, especially at this tournament, we've seen them win those 20-minute games quite a lot here. And yeah, this one, they do seem like they can set the tempo. They also have a quicker pace draft and moving lanes around, right? What I see is they can actually gank lanes and switch their lanes up. While I look at NIPs, I feel like their lanes are extremely static. Like, Jakiro's not one of those heroes you're going to rotate and go for a gank. Your Sanking is he's your core hero, so he's not going to move out of the lane. Enigma doesn't really gank lanes until like 5-6 minutes, so I feel like it's a quiet start for NIP in those 6 minutes when I think Vici, Venge can move lane, Disruptor can move. These two, I've seen DY and I've seen Fade duo roam quite a lot for this team. So I think that's the one thing that I'm a little concerned for NIP if they don't see these rotations coming in. But they do have a pretty good PL game, like the panel was talking about. He's even gone for double Stout Shield.
NIP seem to be a fan of that itemization, and understandable, especially if, of course, the PL ends up in a lane against these pesky right clickers such as the Prophet and his Treants. We'll see whereabouts they stand around. We'll see Yang obviously hoping to have a bit of a better game than he did at the start of this series on his Prophet.
It's a PL that he wants, he wants to, or he's ideally trying to lane versus the Nature's Prophet, just like last time. When he was in Naga Siren, it's a similar concept. High armor, agility hero that you can actually trade hits with and not worry so much about those Treants. And it's also 5 ranged heroes on Vici, right? So that's Stout Shield. It's pretty nice.
Now we'll see as the lanes begin. DY is going to start out in the middle, helping out Ori on the first wave at least against Fada's Razor. Of course, one of the all-time sort of Fada classics is Razor.
Yeah, they're just starting that dual lane just to make sure that he can't actually get an advantage over the Deuce early on. Because Deuce, very slow hero. Like, even though Razor is one of the slower ones in the early few levels, he actually has a 10 movement speed advantage on the Deuce. So starting out there to make sure that you can guarantee some last hits and not just get linked and lose the lane.
Does the fact that DY is sort of starting off here with Ori open up any of these